Hi guys, I'm Ryan Newsman and welcome to my Flytying channel. If you haven't already done so, consider hitting the subscribe button down below. That'll keep you up to date with everything as I upload it. My channel already contains hundreds of videos covering a wide range of both patterns and techniques, from the basic to the more advanced. So without delay, let's get on with the show. Hello guys, so we're going to tie a salmon fly today, and this is another one of my theme of reducing Irish shrimp flies down to cones in a way. So what we are going to do here is put on a little bit of black 1.8mm inner tubing. So this I'd say is about 12mm or so, and then I have about 8mm of outer here, and I'll just slide that down until I get just enough out the back to catch a hook, and I have 2 or 3mm there. In front of the flange you can see this little sort of bulge in it, and that allows me to take a stronger thread here and just to compress the outer tubing down against the inner, and it shouldn't slip on me. So I've dyed a bit of Arctic Runner here into well, it's a mix of different colours, but the idea is to imitate golden pheasant breast feathers that are used in your standard Irish shrimp fly. So we're going to take a bunch of that and trim the end of it flat to a length that suits yourself. Some people will like a much longer tail, some a much shorter tail. So we then take and put a dab of super glue just onto the end of it and tie into that wet super glue and tie it back to the flange. Next we're going to take a little bit of crinkle mirage, although you could use crystal hair or whatever suits yourself. Tie that in on top and fold it back, and then trim that off. So the strands are roughly the same length, and they're about 2/3 to 3/4 the length of the tail itself. So the tail will support them without them getting tangled and wrecked. So next one I'm going to use is, this is a bit of yellow Spectra dubbing, which I've mixed with like an orangey golden coloured synthetic seal's fur, and I'm going to create the yellow rear of my fly here. So now we've jumped off the end of our outer tubing, and we're going to wrap on an orange hackle. Now choose this colour that suits yourself. Traditionally I suppose it's meant to be tied with a burnt orange. I like using a hot orange, and I like using badger. So this is a badger saddle feather. I'm going to put on 2 or 3 turns of that. And tie over it. So that's the rear part of our fly complete. The front part is going to be the black cone. So what I'm going to do is take super glue and soak the sort of tie-in point of super glue there and force my cone back onto it. So as you can see, we now have like the two-tone body of the traditional Bann. So we have the yellow at the back and we have the black front to it. So I'm going to swap now onto a Danville's 6.0 Flymaster, and the next thing we need to tie in here are the jungle cock eyes. So I've got 2 small jungle cock eyes off the front of a cape. I'm going to tie them in so that they are sitting one on each side and pointing forwards. So I'll just use the stalk just to pull them until they are the same length. When they're the same length, I'll just tighten up the thread wraps on them. You can see they're sitting wrong way around and pointing forwards. Trim that off, and then we're going to put on a white badger or a cream badger as the front hackle. So we'll tie that in by its tip, and then put on our hackle pliers. And again, you're only going to get a couple of turns or so. That's why we need to make all our tie-in points here as neat as possible, so we don't want to end up with a long head, because we're going to put a hybrid cone on here if you want. As I said, you don't have to. You could finish your fly as it is now, but I just prefer it with this. If you don't have a hybrid cone, just finish your fly off this stage, normal head. I am going to use a small silver hybrid type cone, and there's two reasons for that. I think it neatens it, it controls the hackle, but it also adds the silver of the silver rib of the Bann special. So obviously you can't rib a cone, as in the black cone there. So what we'll do is we'll super glue up a couple of inches our thread, wrap to create a head of super glue, and force our hybrid cone back into that. Trim it off, and that is our fly tied. We just need to flame the head now, so we'll pop the fly off, trim off the inner to leave between 1.5 to 2 mil, and then hold the fly vertically, hold your lighter horizontally and turn it on. You can see your flame rises and gives you like a curve to the flame, and that allows you to flame your fly without burning. The materials. So that's our fly tied. I've just used a little drill bit there just to make sure the hole is patent. And we'll put that back on. So you can see we have something here that probably equates to the size of a size 12 to 10, possibly, depending on how heavy you tie it, but as a tube. So you can change your hooks depending on regulations, depending on what suits yourself. This time of year we're now moving into catch and release here in Northern Ireland, so we have to use single barbless hooks. So it means that you can have one fly to suit several situations. So if you like what you see, give me a like, subscribe, tell your friends, check out the other videos that are on the channel, and until next time, tight lines, and thanks for watching.